Okay, we're back on our clutch baskets here for the kicker gear. So I just run into some new problems here. So this here is extremely hard. It's heat treated very, very hard, so it's probably up in the 50s, Rockwell, which means it just basic nothing touches it. So I bored out 4 of the holes with a carbide drill. It's pretty well killed the drill, I'm sure. So these here are the rivets I was going to use, which are 3/16 diameter. We still got a bunch of threads in here to deal with. And the problem I got right now is that our length is not very long now. Now I can actually assemble this thing and see how high the rivet is. We only got about 1/8 of an inch of rivet head sticking up, and you're supposed to have some of that sticking above the surface when you're done. And I have to open the hole up to this size here to make it work, because I don't have a 3/16 reamer that's carbide I want to destroy. I got this one right here, which is not carbide, but I'll use that to cut the holes out in here. Actually, that's not 3/16. This one is 3/16. There we go. So there's no way this would cut this at all. So I got to open these holes up a few thou because the rivet will be already going. So these are some extra long ones I got. They're way too long. So I special ordered these 3/4 inch ones, but it looks like we need 7/8. So, because by the time you squeeze in all the threaded area and the clearance I got in here now, we're not going to have enough material by squeezing that down 1/8 of an inch. We only got like a 1/16 to really deal with. So this rivet's too short. I need longer rivets. So I have these rivets, which are way too long, but I did buy some nippers. I'll have to test those out here in a few minutes. So right now, I got some rivets I bought that are worthless for this application. Okay, I'm going to go back and drill these out over here, doing this by hand. This is the drill bit. I just got done drilling out a couple sets of sprocket bolts, and I am now killing it by drilling these out. You can see how blue hot these chip saws are coming out of there. So it basically is not very happy with me right now. Ooh, there's a chip down on the floor. Just got here, that one. Hot chips between the toes is fun, especially when they're heat treated steel. Okay, so we can actually see what I'm doing. So this is a solid carbide drill. So it makes this thing really hot, hard to hold on to also. Okay, I tried low speed, didn't work very good. High speed didn't work very good either. We'll go back to whatever we were using before. That one already did. This drill's going to break very shortly. It's probably breaking right there, I bet. So this solid carbide drill is done. Alright, so no more low speed, high speed now. The drill is gone. You can hear how it goes through the drill, and then it goes another 1/8 inch deeper and it gets bigger. That's because the whole top of the drill is now history. That drill is junk. This is nice and hot too, it's burning my hands, so hold on to it. That's a whole nother problem. Cool it with the air line a little bit. is all the stuff you're not supposed to be doing to your tools. Oh well. I think that's all the holes now. Definitely warms them up pretty good. Okay, which ones did we not get? I think we got all the holes. Have a shirt around here somewhere. Oh yeah, that drill bit is no longer functioning as a drill bit. So you can see how the first 1/4 inch of this is gone. The whole tip is gone. This side over here is gone. So this drill bit's now called junk. And these aren't really sharpenable by anybody except some of the diamond tooling. So yeah, we'll have to use this for something we don't care about anymore because it's done for being useful for anything else. So that is now history. It's called destroying your tools to get a job done. We do that around here a lot. It's called sacrificing. We have to charge a customer for a carbide drill now. Oh well. Part of getting a job done. Okay, now I want to go ahead and ream these out. Just to get the threads out of the way. And go right back where you came from. Really take out about 2 to 3 thou here. That's enough to get the rivets to go through though. Okay. That was the drill motor. Drill's talking to us. My drill press is acting up now. I don't know what the deal is. It's not going back very quickly. It's not happy with me today. Okay, that didn't kill the reamer because this wasn't heat treated. Alright, so that's now junk, but it can still be used. You just can't use it for good stuff. Oh, it's already marked in red. Good. Mark it some more. So we know that's a bad one now. Have to see what a new one cost. Okay, now this has now got sharp edges all over it that need to be whacked down a little bit. Okay, so here's our rivet that wouldn't go in the holes before. So now it goes into the holes. Still tight because it's still a 3/16 rivet. At least now it goes through the holes like it's supposed to. And this here goes on here like it's supposed to. There you go. So now at least I can functionally put it together. Now he's got to deal with the rivets being wrong and everything else being screwed up. Alright. Another fun day. Okay, now I got to clean up the surface a little bit. This is a honing stone here. Wipe off the excess dirt and crud. Now just go ahead and hone the surface in here a little bit and knock off the burrs. Heat treated surfaces, so regular files and stuff aren't going to work. Okay, I guess kind of flatten out a little bit. Fits under a lot flatter now. Still got burrs on every one of these here, so let's see if we can knock down that some more of that off of here. I can't tell which side was flat, which side wasn't flat. I'm not making it flat now, I'm just making the burrs off. These were all low spots before, they weren't contacting, so I have to get off the edge here where it's high to get to the low spot. Knock down a little titty just sticking up from the drill bit. There we go. Took off most of those burrs that were on there. Still, you can still see a little bit on there. A little shiny spot around the edge. There. Getting a lot flatter though. Not digging in. Okay, that'll work for that. It also works good for sharpening your pocket knife. We know this thing never gets dull, so. Yeah, it might cut now. I always do that whenever I get that out. Might as well use it, right? Okay, so now these are way too short. They're coming from this side where they're supposed to come in from. So that might work, might not. I don't know until we try pushing it on, pushing the rivet in there and see what happens, but I think they're going to be a little bit on the short side. So, I've got my brand new rivet nipper. Nice long steel one, see. This is only supposed to be for aluminum rivets. That's what everybody says. So this is the big dollar American made one. So this thing is like, I don't know, $300-400 for a new one. This one here is basically brand new. I bought on eBay. I don't see any wear on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what length this one is. So it has these little leads right here that you adjust for the height you want. So first you got to figure out what hole size we're going to use. That one right there. Okay, if I put them all on there, we're at 3/16. We're at 3/4. I wanted more height than that. So that doesn't help me. So we're going to cheat now. We're going to put some kind of a washer under here and stack a couple washers onto here, or a nut. Probably a nut. Need a smaller nut than this. So we're going to make it work. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so there's my nut, that's my spacer. Stick that in the hole it goes into, this one over here I guess. Okay, now we adjust how much extra length we want. First thing you do is figure out how much you got. Okay, it looks like 4 leads is how many it takes, kind of. I'm going to guess it takes one more than that to make it actually that height. So now when you nip it, it doesn't hit on anything. Okay, I want to go a little bit longer than this, so these are 16-inch each one. I'm going to go an 1/8 inch more what I got. That's 2 more leaves. So we're going to run all of them except for one. Okay. Take our long rivet, put our nut on that, line up the hole, stick it in there. Go ahead and set this thing now that everything's assembled correctly. Okay, so now we got this much hanging out. See how good this tool is. Not very good. Doesn't want to shear it off. Nope. Didn't cut it. It's trying to, but didn't cut it. It's bent, so I know it moved it. It won't come out, so I know it's stuck in there now. So now we know it won't work on a steel rivet. It's almost half off though, you can see it. It's shoved over. Alright, so how are we going to get this thing out of here? I guess you just pull on it now. Yep. stuck in there now. See, it's partially cut. That's the problem. Alright, so I'm going to have to pull this up to get it out. So I'm not going to get enough leverage to pull this thing up. Like that. There we go. Sheared it off. Just like butter. Okay, there's a rivet I need now. What do I do to my tool? Yeah, it's still there. It's the second one. 1, 2. It's that one right there. So it's that hole right there is one we just used to cut it with. Yeah, it's definitely got a high spot on it now. Alright, so we know this doesn't work for steel, at least not very well. These handles need to be a lot further apart to get more leverage. Maybe aluminum would work alright, it'll work for squat with steel. Okay, well now we know that tool didn't work, but I got one. See, I got one that's a little taller now. Okay, now I can measure it. This one is 7/8 of an inch in length. It's a little bit over 7/8 actually. There. Stick that in there. Stick a 3/4 in there. 3/4 piece I cut off. Okay, there's our 2 rivets to stick through. Okay, so one sticks through that far, one sticks through only that far. I don't know how far they're going to squeeze in until I actually squeeze one of them in to see what it looks like. So I have to actually put one in there to find out. But I'm pretty sure the 3/4 is not going to be anywhere near long enough. Not even close. This is the correct one over here. These are the correct rivets here. See different size between the correct ones and the ones where I'm using right now. Big difference in size. You see how long they are. Okay, so there's my length. I'm a little bit longer than I need to be. So you can see how far they stick through. Stick through about a couple hundred thou, it looks like. And these ones, see, the one looks good, the other one doesn't, see. Stick the skinny one in there. See, it sticks through about the same amount, see? So that's the correct length. Most likely is what we need. Okay, so I need to go find me some longer rivets. So I cut off the 912, it should be 875. This is supposed to be 3/4, that's what I bought. It is. It's 3/4. And this one here is 813, 13/16, which you can't buy anywhere. But because this sticks up higher inside the basket, it comes out to be in the same length when you're installed. Because we just did that test right here. They're both basically about the same height sticking up right now. And this one needs to go in a little bit deeper, but it's pretty close to the same height. So, alright. Okay, so that's going to be a fun deal there. Now it sits below flush. This one sticks above flush. Now it's all the way in. Now you can see the height difference. So I overcut this one a little bit anyway, so that's why it's longer. Alright. Looks like we're done for the day on that one. We'll have to find some longer rivets. Or I gotta cut a whole bunch of them down by hand, which is a pain in the ass to do. We'll figure that out. Alright, we'll be back.